everybody, and we are jumping into it right away today. What we have here in this nice box from the Black Library is the final book of the Horus Heresy, The End and the Death, Volume 3. This is the limited edition, and it is number 747. Fantastic. So, like previous videos on my channel, what we're going to do here is we're going to do like a sneak preview. I'm just going to go through the book itself, the dramatis personae, a couple of the internal artworks from the beginning of the book, not throughout the book. So there really won't be any spoilers in here aside for the dramatis personae. I know many of you have already received this. I'm a little late to getting mine. But if you want a little spoiler-free look at it and you're still waiting, keep watching. I am so excited to read this book, so let's start opening. So like usual, we have the classic limited edition book. And here we are, and we are going to break the seal. A little picture of the golden throne right there. So here we have it, The End and the Death, Volume 3. Nice picture of the golden throne. Here is the side of the book. And the first thing I'm noticing is that this book is not quite as thick as the previous End and the Death, Volume 2. As tradition here, I will read the quote on the back of the book. No other fight matters now, no other battle, no other front line. If anyone is still alive, they need to come here now and stand with me. There are no other priorities, not even the palace. So I'm not exactly sure who's saying that, but I'm going to assume that's the Emperor because, spoiler for Volume 2, toward the end of the book, he was calling all allies to him. We got the nice gold here on the side, and let's start taking a look. So in opening the front cover, we have the picture that we've seen of the Emperor fighting Horus. This is in color on the regular edition. And there we go, Mr. Dan Abnett. And there is the color art. Okay, so now we will get to the internal map. I always get very excited for this. As one, that which lies above and that which creeps from below. Through the endless dark our saviors come, lion, wolf, and avenging eagle. As the tumult of the other reaches up from beneath to pull us asunder, earth and fire as one, no time, no place, an end, and the death of all. Transcribed from the ramblings of a nameless astropath. So that is really cool. So we're actually getting some recognition of the 3 returning Primarchs, which we haven't had yet in the final 3 books of the series. So I really hope Abnett actually includes something about them in the final book. And now we're going to open up the map. Wow, okay, so this is a lot different than the other maps, okay? And it says, here is where it will end, right here in the middle. And you see the Hegemon, the Sanctus Imperialis, the Hall of Lang, and the Hollow Mountains. But then obviously we also have the Vengeful Spirit and everything kind of becoming blended together. So I really don't, I mean, there's a lot going on here. This might be the Vengeful Spirit, this art in here, because it was kind of like the Vengeful Spirit and the Palace had merged together through the warp. We have a picture of a lion, a white lion over here. Not exactly what that is symbolizing. We have the eagle that's usually associated with the Emperor. And then over up on this side, there is a wolf, obviously associated with the Luna Wolves, or perhaps Horus. He was portrayed in some of the earlier Siege books as a wolf encroaching on the Emperor. There's a little thing of the throne room there. We know that's where Vulcan is. And we have down here Slaanesh and Nurgle and Tzeentch and Khorne. So all the gods of chaos and all the demons of chaos all right here encroaching on our final stand. Actually, correction here. We have the lion for the Lionel Johnson, the eagle that they just referred to as the Avenging Sun Guliman, and the wolves of Lehman Russ. So kind of cool. Maybe we're going to get the three of them coming in to help finally against the forces of chaos as Horus and the Emperor do their final battle. I'm loving this piece of artwork right here. Now, looking past the map, we have the dramatis personae. So we're going to go through this, maybe not through every person, but we'll go through it. So the Emperor and Horus, obviously. We have Malcador and Valdor, Dorn and Vulcan, a bunch of custodes, which we've been seeing. Some of them were with Valdor, one of them was with the Emperor, and then some of the other ones, not really sure where they're at right now. Aside from Aemon, we know what he's up to. We got some Sisters of Silence. We have the Chosen of Malcador. Loken being with the Chosen of Malcador. Interesting that he's grouped with them. The human officers who we've been seeing. Lords of the Council who we've been seeing throughout the whole books. Imperial Fists, Archimus, Fafnir, Ron. A ton of Imperial Fists. They'll probably be featured heavily in this final book. They should be. Don't forget about Sigismund right down there. I like how they always put him at the end. We got some white scars. Very interesting. No Shiben Khan. So that's interesting. We got the Blood Angels. Probably all the big names. Yep. Everybody's in here, plus a bunch of others. The Shattered Legions. Okay, I love how they're getting a little bit of representation here to the end. The Dark Angels group, who we've been reading. Some more Imperial Army. And I love when Abnett puts "and others," so maybe we'll have some surprises there. Mauer, Cinderman, and Tang. Some citizens. All of our characters, Keeler, Katsuhiro. The Traitor Host. All right, so we have a bunch of Sons of Horus. Probably everybody that's left who's been mentioned, and probably a bunch of other names who will end up being fodder for some of our heroes. We have the remaining named Death Guard. Mr. Erebus himself. Can't wait to see what his conclusion is. Ahriman, who was great in the last book. Some Dark Mechanicum. Basilio and Andromeda. And the Long Companions. And is there anybody else? Nope. Okay, so no real surprises on here for the final book with the Dramatis Personae. But if I know Abnett, he'll probably throw a couple surprises in there. We have, wow, the Unknown Guardsman. Okay, very interesting with that being a bust. Is it Mr. Old Person? We shall see. Aldana Agath. Okay, we haven't seen her picture before. Casaltus Dusk, who's been rolling with the Emperor till the end. Vulcan. Interesting to have a bust of Vulcan. And then that's it. And then we start the book with another interlude. And just because this is the last book, I am not even going to look at the pages at the end. There's usually a little bit of artwork in there. But I can tell you this is about 500 pages long. So about 250 pages less than the middle book. And probably a little bit shorter than the first book in. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching that sneak preview of the final book in the Horus Heresy, The End and the Death, Volume 3 by Dan Abnett. I'm super pumped to jump into this. I've avoided all spoilers. This truly has been a great journey. I can't say my favorite book series of all time because I'm a Lord of the Rings fan, but I will say the most invested I've ever been into a single book series. So really excited and a little bit sad, and I'm very much looking forward to concluding the series. And remember, keep on collecting, keep on having fun, and I was there the day that the Emperor slew Horus.